Happy New Year, everybody! Let me set up my setup here. Welcome in 30-Minute Musings, the first 30-minute musing of 2016. Hope everybody had a good New Year. For me, it's about 9 in the morning, heading my ass into work because college football has bowl games all up and down the board. And, well, I got to partake in some of that, even at work. Well, not, even at work, but for it to be a part of work. I get college football all damn day. Well, not so much all day, it's just a massive, massive broadcast. The Florida Gators, your Florida Gators, taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Who the hell is that? Mick Hubert is the voice of the Gators? Yeah. Sometimes unmistakable. Not always for good reasons, but since our sports station carries all the Gators games, we are treating this as a full-on broadcast. Not just a bowl game, but a Florida Gator bowl game. So 3 hours of pregame, the ball game itself, probably 2 hours of postgame. That'll be 10 a.m. till about, 5 o'clock? Hopefully not too late. I have to sneeze. Hasn't happened yet. It's building, though. I feel it building. At any rate, yeah, Pops got into town last night. Actually, he got into town last afternoon, New Year's Eve. Sat around, we watched college football all damn night. And I'll tell you, the games that we watched, the Orange Bowl, which was down here in Miami. Well, it's actually in Miramar. Or maybe that's in Miramar. At the Sun Life Joe Robbie Dolphin Pro Player Stadium, whatever you want to call it, where the NFL Miami Dolphins play. That was what the Clemson Tigers took the Oklahoma Sooners to task, sorry to say. Thought it would be a good competitive game. But in the second half, it just became so one-sided. Clemson was just doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. Then what was the next game? The Cotton Bowl, the AT&T Cotton Bowl, right there in the brand new stadium in Dallas, or Arlington, where the Cowboys play. And the Alabama Crimson Tide killed the Michigan State Spartans 38-0. 38-0. So the games were actually kind of boring. I thought there'd be some good competitive whatever, this and that. Not so much. Not so much at all. And honestly, I think I was passed out before midnight. I mean, now my dad was wheeling and driving, like the whole, it took him better part of 2 days to drive down here from Wisconsin to Fort Lauderdale/Miami. For those of you looking on a map. That's a bit of a drive. In one day, he made it from home all the way past Atlanta, in between Atlanta and Macon, Georgia. That's a long fucking bit of driving he did in one day. Called like a 4-hour nap because he asked for a weird-ass wake-up call in his hotel. Forgot that he jumped time zones. So the guy at the front desk he told me, he's looking back on it like, well, that's probably why the guy was looking weird at me when I said, hey, I want a wake-up call at this time. Like, that's only 45 minutes away, But Pops hit the road, got here a little earlier than, about an hour earlier than I anticipated because he wasn't looking at his phone, which automatically changed on time zones with him. He's still looking at his watch. He was still locked into Central Time. So he didn't get a whole shitbox full of sleep and then hit the road from in between Atlanta and Macon. Drove all the way down here. Get down, we're watching college football and doing all that stuff. And by the time that second game was done, it's not even midnight. I mean, we were both just pretty much gassed. I did all my 4 a.m. spots and, at the station. And Thursday is my one day at the shit job. So I was like, I'm just done with this. I just want to get my ass home and meet up with Pops, start snacking on some shit food, and throw the diet out the window, not exercising, ready to do this. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, but in cleaning up the house the past 2 days, I've been kicking up dust or something. I've been sniffling, sneezing. I still got one building up. I might have to Kleenex, clear out my sinuses. I don't know, just, By the off chance my dad gives me a buzz when I'm out right now, in the middle of this recording, might have to scrap this recording, because I don't know how that works. If it pauses, if it picks up the whole phone convo, I don't know, but boy, do I got a bad sneeze building up here. Forgive me for all that. But, and there's a guy walking down the middle of the fucking street. What's going on here? You gonna move for me, buddy? No, you're just gonna stay standing in the fucking road. Jesus Christ. Come on. Just get on the median, okay? I'm sure your fancy shoes aren't gonna get too scuffed or dirty. By the way, how's everybody's hangover? I had one shot of booze. Shit, and that was earlier. I could have been 8, 9 o'clock. Well, there's a couple things that, had my dad not been coming down here, maybe I'd jump out and celebrate New Year's, doing that whole thing. Yeah, had my dad not been on his way down here for a visit, maybe I just get home right away, catch a nap, wake up at like 10 o'clock, shower up, run downtown, and have a couple drinks, whatever, get home, whatever, 2 o'clock or something, maybe even later than that, and hit the pillow, wake up at 8 like I did, get up and go to work this way. That's fine. That's fine. But nope. Fine by me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, he was all kinds of just tired, with that lack of sleep due to the time zone jump that he totally forgot about. And, yeah, it was probably 11:30 or something like that. He said, I'm going to shut down. I'm like, yeah, what the hell? I could pass out too, no big deal. And surprisingly, no one was blowing up my phone with Happy New Year's and texts and calls and all that shit. I had one person shoot me a text, but that was like again, that was earlier. That was probably 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock or something like that. But it's just, well, I got to work. Amateur hour's pretty much over. I don't mind going out and like having, last year when I got into that when I got rear-ended horrifically, my dad was down here for New Year's, which was totally unplanned, but even years before that, it's like, oh, by the way, you got to work 5 a.m. at the station. 5 a.m., okay, well, I'll run out. I'll get home, whatever job I was at, catch a nap, wake up, that whole thing. Wake up at like 10 o'clock, shower up, clean up, run out. Yeah, you have like a drink or two. One when I get there, one for the New Year's toasting. Stay out till whatever, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then decide, all right, now I'm going to drive to work, depending on how bad traffic is. Get there, just stayed up the whole night, you know what I mean? Work 5 a.m. till about noon. Then I'd get home and then whatever, Watch some bowl games, college-wise. The NHL Winter Classic, which today, they're at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Boston Bruins will host the Montreal Canadiens. That should be good. I love the outdoor classic. And it'll be like 60+ thousand people outdoors, a bunch of drunken Irish Bostonians that have to deal with some, French Canadians from Montreal. Those two teams hate each other. That crowd is going to be so just pissed up, if I can use the European idiom of drunk. They're going to be so pissed up and pissed off. It's either the crowd's going to be docile and hungover, or they're going to be rowdy as, just terrible. I'm going to enjoy that. Don't know if I'll watch the whole game, but I definitely want to catch at least, the intros, the start up, and hear the roar of the crowd and all that fun shit. Should be great. But I did not partake in the amateur hour stuff. I was like in bed, sleeping. Well, I was in bed before midnight. No big deal. I had a pretty hefty run of fucking work the past week now, and it still ain't done. Friday's my next day off. Keep in mind, today is Friday. I got a week till my next day off. My dad's, here visiting with all that in mind. Like, no big deal. Tell you what, just point me in the direction of, a decent gun range and all that stuff, and where's all the good spots to eat? Well, good spots to eat. It don't matter where. It's all good down here. I mean, if you want to go simple and you want to go, you're straight up like a McDonald's or something, or a nice mom and pop diner joint. There's plenty of stuff to get out and, check out some stuff. Asking for an Army Navy surplus store, found one of those for them. Otherwise, I got him set up, you're going to be watching bowl games all day. Here you go, boom. Watching it through my Xbox One on the Sling television app. Which is very handy, by the way. $20 a month. ESPN is like the, already on their normal little package of shit that they got. Along with whatever, I think AMC is a part of that, and Travel Channel, and there's a couple other things, but ESPN for the bowl games, that's all I was concerned with. So he should enjoy that. He's all set. He don't even have to move. And you know what? It's New Year's Day. There might be a lot of places closed due to the fact it's a holiday. If I start watching a bowl game and I just so happen to pass out again, take that extra nap, I don't blame you. I got to do a fucking Gator game. Talk about wanting to take a nap. That's me too. By the way, the roads right now looking pretty good. Not too many dummies out there. Well, because it's 9:30 in the morning. If it was like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah, it might be a little busier. Hey, here's a big bird flying in. Spirit Airlines. Oh, he's going to beat me. Or can you hear it? Nah, I can't so much hear it. Missed him by that much. Sometimes that's fun. As I'm heading down 95 south and going past the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport, if a plane flies right overhead, I kind of like that. That's fun sometimes. That big ass bird just getting all that noise, I don't know. For me, that's still kind of cool. And I always get that thought, motherfucker, I'll see you soon enough. I gotta catch my flight back home and visit the fam. And again, as I'm driving right now, my car is showing 83 degrees. Woo! Happy fucking New Year. That's warm as hell. Haven't sneezed yet, but I still got that little sniffle going on. Cleaning up, getting all catching up all that loose dust and all that shit. Woo! Maybe a combination of that and the little floor cleaner that I got, and mopping that stuff up. Boy, chemicals and dust. It was always an allergy problem with me. Of course, with a nose this big, something's bound to get caught up in that sumbitch. Woo! Well, there's a great billboard. I don't know what the hell Bomba is, if that's the rum or it's a restaurant, but it says time flies when you're having rum. I like it. Ha ha! Time flies when you're having rum. cheers to that. Fuck, when I get home, which, yeah, it's going to be, several hours from now. About 8 hours and change, maybe. I'll drink to that. All I got is that Canadian Club yet. Yep, I keep talking. See, that's how long it takes me. Hey, Ontario plate. First plate that I've recognized. I don't remember seeing other ones. I wasn't paying attention, but that's how long. I'm still on that bottle of Canadian Club. That's how much, just a drink with dinner, maybe. That's about it. Or a nightcap, whatever. No, I only had one drink yesterday, one shot. That was it. I mean, if you go back, I know on Spreaker I only keep about 4 recordings at a time. But if you check my 30-minute musings on my YouTube channel, how far back can you go to when I mentioned the Canadian Club bottle and when I got that thing and, comparing it to the bottle of Jameson I had before that? You go back, well, how many weeks has that been? For one bottle, a lot of people, oh, you fucking amateur, that thing should have been gone in a week or so. Yeah, well, I don't get shit-faced like that. Oops, actually, I need to take my ramp here. This guy's just going too slow for me. Gotta pass him this way. I'm not gonna go around him left. I need to undercut him right. There we go. Woo, excuse me. Just got that sniffle and a sneeze about to build up. Hitting my exit to Pembroke Road as we speak. Oh, boy, oh boy. Hope everyone had a good, safe, not too chaotic New Year. But now that it's a new year, get your fucking ass back to work, lazy. Come on, off your ass. What is that? Quebec plate. See the transit. And Virginia right in front of him. Quebec and Virginia. Ain't that something? Something feels weird in my back today, too. Kind of middle of the back, just feel like maybe the muscles or something just both sides along my spine. Something just feeling a little, yeah. Sorry, just brain went into thought mode again. Terrible, terrible long bit of dead air. I know. Weren't for wheels on the road, you would have thought that I, suffered half a stroke and was just coasting. Because again, I made the turn, I saw the Quebec and the Virginia plate, and then I look over and there's people at that damn golf course that's right by the Coca-Cola plant, right next to the industrial area, right next to the damn trailer park, and I'm thinking, who the fuck would be doing New Year's Day golf at 9 o'clock in the morning? Like, well, I spent my New Year's sleeping through it. I'm still in part of my hell run, though. My next day off is in a week. And I've been grinding all the way through, shit, since last Wednesday was my last day off. Excuse me, last Tuesday. See, I got 15 days straight right now. I mean, the worst of it is done. I'll consider this upcoming the worst of it, because, my dad's here. He's visiting. I gotta work. I mean, he knew that. Said, don't worry about it. I mean, yeah, well, that's true, too. It's not like he's got to be handcuffed to, whatever the fuck I'm doing. Like, you can jump out, like you said, oh, yeah, well, we're, a gun range or something like that. Let me check that, there's a gun show this weekend, which I think starts tomorrow. And seeing that I work Saturday and Sunday, I know there's the gun show down in Miami. Yeah, shit, I need to, I'll point him into that direction. Excuse me. But, when he was asking me the other day, before you jumped down, he said, well, what do they got for gun ranges down there? Do they have any? I'm like, yeah, well, it's just bigger city atmosphere altogether. And I'm like, if you take away the fact that Miami is viewed as Miami Vice and all the pastel suits and, Lamborghini cars and cocaine and all that, if you get away from all that glitz and glamour shit, well, South Florida is still the South. It's kind of good old boy, kind of redneck, to tell you the truth. If you get away from that bit of the hub, you jump out a little bit towards Davie and Weston, it's like, yeah, that's what you picture as like the South. It's like it's pickup trucks, it's good old boys, it is what it is. It's like not everybody down here is a cocaine doer / dealer that's, deals with Cubans and drives fancy ass cars. No, it's not all that. It's I don't know, what would you picture kind of is Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina? That's kind of it. Maybe the terrain's a little different, but it still has all those elements of being in the South. Just it has that big hub of Miami Vice and all that bullshit. But that's all the TV, that's all that glitz and glamour bullshit. And I know, I keep saying bullshit, but there's no better way to describe it. It's the South down here. It's like you can absolutely find you some gun ranges and shit like that, Dad. It's like, for being up there in Wisconsin, which is very southern for being way up north, it's just cold. That's all it is. It's, I don't know, Arctic redneck territory, because you're close to Canada, But it's the same thing. 4x4s, hunting, fishing, the outdoor kind of atmosphere, lifestyle, and all that stuff. It's no different. It's just the climate and all that stuff. It's really no different. But I mean, all those things put together, it's just, hell yeah, it's not much different. Climate, maybe a bit of the lingo and the food, the culture, the music might be a little. Here's that sneeze. Now it's building up real good. Come on, son of a bitch. Wait for it. Oh yeah. Get that guy. Oh, get him out of there. Thank you. Woo! 2 good power sneezes. Yeah. But I still need to blow my schnoz. Hell, I was holding on to that sneeze for how long? Better part of, 13 minutes or 23 minutes, excuse me. Yeah, less than 7 minutes to go, and I'm getting fairly close to my turn that I need to take. This might be a parking space recording. So I can't even talk. You'd think, yeah, he's drunk. I wish. Well, maybe not that. Maybe hungover. Well, shit, either way, there'd be booze in my system. Still feeling a sneeze. No, let me set the phone back down. Just had to check the time on that one. Excuse me. Oh, God. Yeah, what the hell? Just cleaning up the house, just kicked up something. All that neglect dust. Oh, boy. Boy, I sound miserable, don't I? All this sniffing and, it's not a cold. It's definitely just dust and allergies and shit like that. If it was a cold, everything else would be going. The eyes would be watering and maybe a cough and everything else going on. Well, while the arrow is still yellow, I'm going to make this turn. Woohoo! All right. Well, there's at least one NHL game on, and then there's some bowl games to deal with. Nothing else for sports, I can imagine, so I can't get you talked up on anything else in that regard. So yeah, the past couple of New Year's for me was just Maybe I was out, but just not doing anything crazy, like, ooh, party. Like, yeah, I've kind of done all that stuff. And maybe it's just different, that's the scenario of my life and what it is. Like I said, had my dad not been down for a visit, and maybe not even having to be to work at 10 a.m., which, 10 a.m., that's not that bad. Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to go out and have a good time, which I don't mind doing, I probably would have been out last night late and being an idiot, tell you the truth. But even still, yeah, a couple of drinks, maybe you mix up with some people and you meet up with, whether it's planned or not, you cross paths with whoever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I just like to get out every here and there, and for New Year's, fine, that would have been cool, but I didn't, no big deal. I literally didn't lose any sleep over it. I actually got sleep, extra. Kind of a built-in treat there, but I'll tell you, my alarm went off at 8 o'clock. Boy, oh boy, I didn't even, I could have slept a little bit more. I could have used a little bit more of a nap. And like I said, I was in bed before midnight, so what's that tell you? Oh, they're making their left turn, so they're cutting them off. I'm making this turn. Fuck them. I'm going. A lot of traffic from that way all of a sudden. That's really weird. About 3.5 minutes to go. Oh, it'll be close to the parking lot. I don't know if I'll get into my space, though. At the very least, I should be right there by Riviera. So I don't even know what bowl game this is. Is this the Outback Bowl today that I'm doing? The Gators and the Wolverines? Should be a good one. Two teams, two programs, universities, whatever, that nobody thought would be good. I mean, you have New Year's Day bowl games. You could have never sold me on that for either, well, at least not for Florida. For Michigan, you could have sold me, well, Jim Harbaugh is going to get in there, and he's going to do something big. I could have bought that had I looked at the schedule and see, well, who do they play? What's this looking like? Blah, blah, blah. But for Florida to do what they did after the horrific years with Will Muschamp trying to replace Urban Meyer, that didn't look good at all. Now, I mean, that team didn't look like they knew whether to shit or wind their watch. The talent's there. I mean, Florida's a great bed for high school and college football. I mean, it's a practical fucking religion down here. But, oof. They didn't look good. This year, great surprise. And good for them, don't get me wrong. I like the good competition. I'm not of the mindset anymore where I hate this team, this university, blah, blah. No, I want to watch some good sports. It's entertainment. 2-minute warning. But yeah, I'm not of that mindset where like, oh, fuck them, fuck this guy, I hate this team. Very few. And even still, well, whatever. If they're good, they're good. I can't deny that. I'm not an idiot anymore that's, oh my God, there's two people down the street in those they call them those hoverboard things. If these kids fall, I might run one of them over. You bunch of dummies. Yeah. Happy New Year to you kids. Where's the parents? Where's the parental... Come on. Two kids going down the street in those... They call them hoverboards. It's a Segway without the fucking... The balancing stick, if you will. Yeah, those things are a great waste of money, though. I'll say that much. Why don't you get some rollerblades and actually get your cardio built up? It's kind of like doing leg day. It's just ballistic movement. Oh well, less than a minute to go, and I'm about to make my turn on Riviera, so I'll be damn close. Don't think I'll make the parking lot, though. Oh well. Hope everybody had a good, safe, fun, happy New Year. Well, I don't know about you. I made a couple of leaps and some jumps forward in 2015. I see things going a little bit more so in 2016. And it's a new year, new me. I'm not talking that bullshit. Hey, I'm not picking one day to make progressions. One specific day. No, I'm going to keep grinding. That being said, till we meet again, everybody, Happy New Year. and I'll catch your ass down the road, like always.